From the shores of the great Atlantic to the vast prairies of the Old West, to Europe, Australia, and beyond, this is Cheyenne Country, featuring music from America's heartland, interviews with music's brightest stars, and the wit and wisdom of the incredible Baxter Black. Cheyenne Country is family-friendly entertainment. This is Keith Bilbrey, welcoming you to Cheyenne Country with your host, Jennifer Herron, and the singing Sierran, Rich Price.
Welcome again to Cheyenne Country, coming to you from historic Centerville, Tennessee.
That's right. This is a historic town, and partly because of Miss Minnie Pearl. You would hear her on the Grand Ole Opry talk about Grinder's Switch. That's this place right here. And this gentleman, Ricky Pittman from Centerville, Tennessee, paid great tribute to her right here on the square. This is your masterpiece, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's something that I wanted to do for Hickman County, for the town of Centerville, because it's the hometown of her, and I just wanted to do whatever I could do. And I just figured, what better piece than a chicken wire Minnie Pearl.
And what a great photo op for tourists and folks to stop by and say, hey, look at this. It's chicken wire. My goodness, how long did this take you?
It took me about 4 months, off and on. I spent probably about 8 hours a day on it, and some days I would just walk away from it, look at it, and just see, kind of tweak it a little bit, take a picture here and there, look at the picture, and then come back and tweak more. But I've actually spent about 100, and I put about 26 feet. I put about 26 to 27 rows of chicken wire in it.
Gosh, that's a lot of chicken wire, and you've got the battle scars to prove
Yes,
it, right? Because that stuff will cut you up pretty good. Well, it's very detailed, even down to the price tag with the $1.98 on it. This is just amazing.
Well, thank you.
And what a great way for folks to pay tribute. I know there was a bronze statue here that was removed from the square, so this was really needed by the folks in the community.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I thought so, and so did some of the other people in town, so I figured what better way than to make a chicken wire.
Oh, you're a true treasure. And in Miss Minnie's honor, how about a big howdy from all of us?
Wherever in Texas you go, you're gonna find just what you're looking for. Where cowboys, cowgirls, and blue bonnets grow, you'll find the heart of Texas, the spirit of Texas, wherever in Texas you go. You could go to Houston to cheer for the Astros, Dallas for a Cowboys game, South Padres beaches, Stonewall for peaches, any place you want to name. The Riverwalk in San Antone, remember the Alamo, Fort Worth for a rodeo, Austin for music, and if you could use it, a Lukenbach trip for your soul. Wherever in Texas you go, you're gonna find just what you're looking for. Longhorns, oil wells, and jackrabbits grow, you'll find the heart of Texas, the spirit of Texas, wherever in Texas you go. Oh, remember Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys, and take it away, Leon. The Red River Valley, the streets of Laredo, cotton fields of San Angelo, Brenham for Bluebell, Lockhart for brisket. Take some time to smell a Tyler Rose, Amarillo to Beaumont, Brownsville to Lubbock, Texarkana to El Paso. 1,000 new memories are waiting for you wherever in Texas you go. Wherever in Texas you go, you're gonna find just what you're looking for. Where where singers like George Strait and Willie still grow. You'll find the heart of Texas, the spirit of Texas, wherever in Texas you go. You'll find the heart of Texas, the spirit of Texas, but don't mess with Texas, wherever in Texas you go.
Down on a Saturday to Centerville, Tennessee on the square to enjoy the Grinder Switch Hour. Be sure you take a walk through here and enjoy all this wonderful memorabilia from Minnie Pearl and the other great stars who have lived here in Hickman County.
Well, I'm not too young to remember when you can keep most of what you earned. When things were made in America and kids went to school to learn about reading and writing and arithmetic and not all of this stuff that makes me sick today. Well, if Washington and Jefferson knew what that country was going through, I think they'd say, I'll take my life, my liberty, my pursuit of happiness, just let me be. I'll take my guns, my home on the range, I'll take my Bible, and you can keep your change. Well, I'm not too young to understand what it means to sacrifice and living out the American dream to honor those who paid the price, who gave their lives so we could be free in this great land of opportunity today. Whether Patrick Henry and Norman Franklin were here today and know what they'd be thinking, we'd hear them say, your change. Purple mountain majesty, shine red, white and blue from sea to sea. God bless America's what they sing. Let freedom ring. I'll take my life, my liberty, my pursuit of happiness, just let me be. I'll take my guns, my home on the range, I'll take my Bible, you can keep your change, and you can keep your change.
I am Dr. Alexander Arthur, pastor of Word of Life Christian Center International in Nashville, Tennessee. Recently, I was introduced to SteadyJesus.com, and I'm very impressed with the material available there. If you're looking for material to further your walk in the Lord, or material for your starting point in the study of the Word of God, SteadyJesus.com will be very useful and helpful to you. And remember, the Word of Life changes lives, and God bless you.
Welcome back to Cheyenne Country, and I have the Western Music Association Hall of Fame member Rex Allen Jr. sitting aside me.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you?
Good. How are you, sir?
You know, I Googled myself this morning. I'm fine.
You're still kicking, huh?
I'm still alive, yeah.
You know, people call you the Golden Voice. And your daddy, Rex Allen Sr., big cowboy star.
That's your comic book, by the way.
Yes, voice of Disney. I'm a collector, a huge fan.
When,
as well.
now, when did we first meet?
Oh gosh,
It was
in the 90s?
No, it was
when
at
I
the
was a
rodeo
kid.
when you were a kid.
And Rex Allen Sr., Rex Allen Jr. in the middle of
That's
this
right.
rodeo arena, walking through the dirt.
San Antonio,
in their
Texas.
satin baby blue outfits with white fringe and white cowboy hats. And he came up and shook my hand. My first
I
experience with a
know.
celebrity.
Yeah,
It
that
was wonderful.
many moons ago.
Yeah,
Yes, I
we
know.
won't talk about that.
No,
but
no.
we talk about the golden voice. You know,
Thank
your
you.
dad had that same kind of voice. Was
Yeah.
that something you tried to emulate, or is it in the genes?
A lot of it's in the genes. I had my brother Mark, who is deceased now. He had the voice too, and he did radio for years. He was on the Jones radio network, and he did Coyote Country. Was my brother Mark, and so Mark had the pipes, and I had them too. Dad, actually, when I was about 15 years old, and this is the cute story. When I was about 15 years old, I was laying in bed. About 7:30 in the morning, Dad came in and said, "It's time to get up." I said, "Okay." And he said, "I got something for you." And he handed me a Wallensack tape recorder. That was one of those big boxy things, remember? And a microphone and the LA Times. And he said, "If you're going to be in this business, you need to learn to read copy." He said, "My business is changing. I'm not going on the road as much as I used to. I'm doing more narrations and voiceover work." And he says, "If you're going to be in the business, you have to learn to read copy." So he actually taught me how, and gave me the New York or the LA Times and said, "Read it." I would read it and say, "Take yesterday on the Ventura Freeway, they had a big all monotone." He says, "See, you can't.
Yeah.
That's not the way to do it." And so consequently, he would take me to all the recording sessions, the voiceover work that he did, and so he taught me how to do it.
Trained you.
And so I still do it. If you ever see a movie called Me, Myself, and Irene with Jim Carrey, I'm the guy that goes, "Meet Charlie Bailey Gates of the Rhode Island State Police, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it." Poor Charlie. And so I do
That's
him too.
him, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your singing, because you had such a great string of hits in the 70s. Was
Yeah.
your first breakaway, I guess, from your dad's shadow, so to speak, when you went on the road with Dottie West? Or?
Well, yeah, I'd always have told people that the reason why, there's not too many juniors out there that were successful.
Yeah.
Hank Jr. was, and is. Me, Lori Morgan is another junior. But when you get past about 3 or 4 of us, they're not there. And I always use the example of Ronnie Robbins.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ronnie Robbins, to me, is a great singer.
Marty Robinson?
Yes.
Yeah.
And and the same applies to Buck Owens' son, Buddy Allen.
Yeah.
Buddy Allen, great singer. Well, the problem with Buddy and with Ronnie was they had to compete with their famous parent for the same chart positions. Okay. When I started recording, my dad had stopped. He didn't release anything anymore, so I never had to compete with Dad on a record by record basis. And that was fortunate for me. Of course, Dad always told me, Jennifer. He said, the name may get you in the door, but if you can't back it up, it ain't going to happen.
That's true.
It's not going to happen.
In the 90s, when you were on the Statler Brothers show, I saw them on an interview, and they had said, that Rex Allen Jr., he can sing any song. And I think you've proven it. Seriously, you have not just sang Western music.
No.
You've sang so many different styles on your recordings.
Well, it's like with the Statlers. After year 2, what does he want? After year 2, the Harold and Don came up to me, and they said, "Rex," on the Yesteryear segment, they said, "Rex, we have hit you with every obscure piece of either pop, country, or Western material to do in the Yesteryear segments. How in the heck do you know all of these songs?" Because I knew every single one of them. And I looked at him and smiled and said, "Dr. Demento." When I was on the West Coast, raised, a lot of people remember Doc. That's where I learned all of those crazy tunes and off-the-wall stuff. And fortunately, they knew, and of course I always knew that I didn't make a difference. It's like somebody said to me, "David Frizzell's going to be on in a week or so," and when we did David's thing up in the Western Roundup thing, he said, "Well, what key do you want to do that in?" And I said, "David, I don't really care what key you do." And I said, "I'll be able to sing it whatever key you put it in." I was blessed with the heritage. Dad had a 2-octave range. I have about a 2.5 to 3 octave range, and my son Logan has 4.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And
it's
this guy
amazing.
yodels too, but I want you to
know, I
listen.
tried to give it up for Lent, and that just didn't work. Hey, take it.
Hey, he's got the bad guy hat on today,
Yeah,
but
I'm the
he is a
bad
good guy, and he'll show you just all about that right here in this video. Where are the heroes?
Cowboys and outlaws on big movie screens. Good guys and bad guys and horses with names. Gone not forgotten, just rode out of town. And all are a part of my memories now. Saturday morning, the posse would meet with cap guns and bicycles out in the streets. We'd all dress like cowboys and go get in line to cheer for our heroes just one more time. Where are the heroes for my boy today? Who'll make the memories for him when he's gray? Will he never ride on the range like I did? Will he never know what it means to have heroes? Box tops and coupons I'd send so far away for an autographed picture I still have today. And I'll never forget the day that he came to town, and I got to follow my hero around. Where are the heroes for my boy today? Who'll make the memories for him when he's gray? Will he never ride on the range like I did? Will he never know what it means to have heroes? To have heroes, to have heroes.
Up next on Cheyenne Country, an inspirational video.
The first time that we kissed your face, we smiled and thanked God for His grace. Held you in our arms and things were as they seemed. You were our miracle. We sang, dream a little dream. And though the angels took you far away, you still live deep in our hearts today. You're changing lives that you've never seen. Everyone's a miracle. We sing, dream a little dream. Everyone's a miracle. Little angels in our Everyone is beautiful like rainbows in the sky. Everyone's a miracle. Don't you let them pass you by. Everyone's a miracle. Gifts from God on high. When I look back at how far we've come and feel the joy of a child from the work we've done, and see your tiny handprints on everything, you're still a miracle. We all sing dream a little dream. Everyone's a miracle, little angels in our eyes. Everyone is beautiful like rainbows in the sky. Everyone's a miracle. Don't you let them pass you by. Everyone's a miracle. Gifts from God on high. Standing tall for the small and weak, lifting up all those who see. Everyone's a miracle, little angels in our eyes. Everyone is beautiful like rainbows in the sky. Everyone's a miracle. Don't you let them pass you by. Everyone's a miracle. Gifts from God on high. Everyone's a miracle. Everyone is beautiful. Everyone's a miracle. Don't you let them pass you by. Everyone's a miracle. Gifts from God on high.
Daddy, am I a miracle?
Yeah, buddy, you sure are.
I'm back in the saddle again. Out where a friend is a friend, where the long hard cattle feed on that lonesome Jimson weed. Back in the saddle again. I'm riding the range once more, toting my old 44, where we sleep out every night, where the only law is right. I'm back in the saddle again. Whoopie-tie-tie, oh, no, to and fro, back in the saddle again. Whoopie-tie-tie, hey, I'm going my way, back in the saddle again.
Donda Records presents The Medley Boys. The Medley Boys mix a strong Southern sensibility with family harmonies and good time music to produce a debut album that walks the line between country and rock and roll. 8-time Grammy-winning engineer Tom Pick says once you listen to the Medley Boys, you'll be a fan for life. That's exactly what happened to me. You can get the Medley Boys self-titled album on iTunes, Amazon, and other digital outlets.
When I was a practicing veterinarian, I did a lot of work on ranches. And in the winter, there is not a lot of heavy work to be done. Just feed the cows and worry, mostly. But these ranchers have a lifetime habit of getting up early. But in the winter, daylight is a long time away, so it leaves them lots of time to kill before dawn. And that's when they call. It's always been a mystery in the winter when it's slow why a rancher gets up early when he's got no place to go. He prowls around the kitchen like a burglar on parole in his air-conditioned slippers with a toe there in the hole, and then he builds a pot of coffee and has a little cup till he thinks of some good reason to wake somebody up. And all around the valley, folks are nestled in their bed, unaware an egg is hatching in the rancher's little head. He reread the livestock paper since getting up alone, but he's still not quite decided just who he's gonna phone. The assistant county agent, the forest ranger's boss, the banker, brand inspector, the commissioner that lost the vet, the co-op salesman, though he can't recall his name, but it really doesn't matter because anybody's game. And he quivers like a panther about to pounce his prey as the innocent lay sleeping just a dial tone away. And by daylight it's all over, and he's reached a fever pitch, and the way he's stomping around the house, his wife is wondering which potential victim got the call and had his brain massaged with the lecture she, just yesterday, herself had tried to dodge. But little does she realize just why he's in a tizzy. See, his neighbors got up earlier, and all the lines were busy. This is Baxter Black from out there.
We're sorry. The number you have reached
Hello?
is not in service.
Hello?
This is a recording.
We've had a great time in Centerville, Tennessee these past few weeks. I sure hope you'll come and visit. And when you do, when you stop in, let them know that Cheyenne Country sent you.
Goodbye for now, and we'll see you next time on Cheyenne Country.